Hello everyone, it's Kathy, the Backyard Stamper, and I wanted to show you tonight a really quick and easy fun fold using patterned paper. So it uses a 4x12 piece of designer paper, and with creative folding, you get this three section card, let's say. This this is my swap I received, and this is what inspired me. So I thought the card was just this. And I said, well, that's really nice, you know? But then I realized it opened up this way. So I was really excited about that pattern, and I want to show you how easy it is. So I've made a couple samples here using, this one's using the Unbounded Beauty paper with the Flowers of Beauty stamp set. And that uses the Unbounded Love, I think, sayings, or, what did I use on that? I think I will look for it and tell you what I used, because I don't want to be rattling around. This one here uses the throughout the year. Nope, that's the one I always use, but hold on. Let me get you what it is. So Sincere, I think. Yes. Well, that's one of the stamp sets, and I didn't get this part ready. I'm sorry. We'll just go on from here. So I use Thank You So Much, and then Your Kindness is Appreciated from the So Sincere. And then You Made My Day is from the Daisy stamp set. Countryside, let's see here, Daisies. There it is, Cheerful Daisies, oh my goodness. You Made My Day. So we used this stamp set recently in a class to do this card. They stamped the daisies and another small daisy, and that was if they had this example. This one used the Unbounded Love, and this one had the two colors, and this one used the cutest cows, and this paper is an old celebration paper. So that's really cute. Holy cow, it's your special day. Milk it for all it's worth. So, fun cards. And let me show you how easy it is. Now, normally I have everything prepared, and I don't show you really how to do all the basic steps. But tonight, I thought I would show you in case there's anybody new watching. Hi, Christina. This is, I'm going to use Adventurous Sky, and we're going to make the sample right here. It's that way I can show you how to score the paper and get everything ready. So we're going to use Night of Navy as our base, and it's going to be a top folding card. So I'm going to score it first. If you score first and then cut, then you have your two pieces all ready to go. So I scored it at 5.5, then I'm going to turn it so the 8.5 is at the top, and cut halfway, which is at 4.25. And I'll save this piece for another project. So that's going to be my outside piece. And then I thought we'd use this Adventurous Sky paper, and I have a sampler of that. It is right here. Okay, Take to the Sky, and this is great masculine paper. And it can also be used for fall. It's got some fall patterns and colors. So lots of nice patterns. This one's you can use for anything really. It kind of looks like a maze. And the clouds you can use for anything too. And then there's some more of that pattern paper. Now this sheet here I'm going to show you is a sheet of tags. So we're going to use one of those, and there's the last piece of designer paper. So lots of goodies. So we're going to use this piece as our folded. And so this is going to get cut at 4 by 12. So I'm going to cut it at 4 so you can get 3 of these cards. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and score. I'm going to score it now, and I will have them ready to go for my other cards. Now you're going to score at 5 1/4. And that will give you a nice 1/4 inch border on your Night of Navy. So then after you've scored it at 5 1/4, go ahead and turn it and put your 4 inches at the top. So there, I'm going to save this. It's already scored, so that part will be done when I make another card. So here's my score line. So let's kind of build as we go. So I've folded that. And then what I'm going to do is just fold this pattern paper on the score line. Sometimes it's a little hard to see where the score line is, especially when you're using designer paper. But once you get it where you want it, then you know. So I'm going to score it so that this piece is going to be what gets glued down to my Night of Navy. But we have to do something with this part. And all I'm going to do is bring it up. Let's put it so that you can see it against the Night of Navy. Bring up this long flap and have it meet at the top. So just like that. I didn't score it. I'm just hand folding it. And you want to still give it a crease. And then you've got your flap. And this part gets taped shut. Let me find my tape. I just had it out. I don't know what happened to it. All right, and I'm going to just tape. What I found was I do want to make sure it's taped well at the top, because otherwise you get a little gap, and you don't want any gaps. So there's that. Now that's glued down. And then we'll go ahead and attach this to our piece of Night of Navy cardstock. And see, it leaves you a nice border all the way around. Now you've got your first flap and your second flap. Isn't that fun? So these, it will make great Christmas cards too. Use up that old designer paper that you have stashed around. I know in my samples I had the cow paper from Celebration 2 years ago. This is current. This was from last year's annual catalog. So use it up. Don't hoard it. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. And I want to bring in that last piece of designer paper. So I want to use a tag here. So my card is going to be vertical. So if I won't have enough room if I use one of these vertical tags, it will go too far. And then if I use something like this, it covers the whole thing. So what I thought I would use is one of these on the inside. So I think what I want to do, I want to use one of the grayish ones. So it's kind of a toss-up which one. But I think I'm just going to go with the patterned one. We can always change our mind. So what you want to do when you have this piece of paper is you make the first cut. This is 4 inches. So if you put your the edge right at the 4 mark, you'll be cutting right along the seam on all of the tags, just like that. So I'll set that one aside. Now I'm going to cut my individual tags, and you get 6 of them on this sheet. And it looks like they are 2 inches, which makes sense. 6 times 2 is 12. So we've got that one. Oh, that would look good too. So we'll decide after we cut out a couple of the tags. I want to actually do this one too, just in case I like it, with the bigger checks. Do you have this designer paper yet, or this bundle? This Adventurous Sky bundle is 10% off until June 30th. So you get the Adventurous Skies dies, which they're mostly over here on the side because we're going to do the die cutting, and the stamp set. So this is a great stamp set. It's got Flying By to Say Hi, Happy Birthday, You're the Best, Plain and Simple, To My Friend, Happiest Father's Day, and You Always Lift Me Up. So really nice and versatile sentiments. I'm just going to cut this last tag real quick here. Alrighty. So let's see how we want to decorate this. All right, so this is what I was thinking for the inside. I was thinking, you know, one of the tags could kind of go, and then maybe an airplane. I might have to have my tag this way if my airplane's coming in. Or if that's too much Cajun craze, we could do just some gray. If that's kind of dreary, we could do, you know, a tag gray with some pattern to it. And I know it's supposed to go this way, but I'm going to have an airplane, so I'm going to cover up part of that. And this one is really nice too. We could, you know, have it like that. So we will decide which one. Hey, Ann, how you doing? All right, so we'll decide which one we're going to do, but let's go ahead and do our plain. There's my other seal. It was right where I left it. Okay, so to do the die cutting, well, first of all, let's figure out what we're going to use. We're going to use boho blue. Oh, sorry, Pepper. I just ran over my dog. Sorry, with my chair. All right, and Cajun Craze. So we got these two. And these are coordinating colors in the paper stack. The coordinating colors are boho blue, copper clay, mossy meadow, night of navy, and smoky slate. So we're going to use those two to make the biplane. And that's easy, no stamping. So we're just going to go put the body on the boho blue and put the wings on the Cajun Craze. All right, so that part is easy. And because it's so easy and it's no-brainer, I did that part ahead of time. But let's figure out how we're going to do our tag. So there's, in this stamp set, there's this big plane, which I didn't want to use that one. It's too big. And you can tell because the die to cut it is that big, and I just didn't want to take up that much room on the inside. I wanted room for something else. So I didn't use the bigger plane. I'm using the biggest plane on the outside, and then there's this little plane. So we need to stamp that, which I did already. So my ink is drying, and I just want to use my Stampin' Blends to color it in. And let's see here, what I thought would be nice is to just keep with the same color scheme, the Cajun Craze. This is the light Cajun Craze. I really didn't do any shading on this plain. I just did some quick coloring. There. Just like that, and maybe a little bit on the supports. Just like that. And then I'm going to do my boho blue on the plain. Again, I'm not shading, I'm just coloring it in. It's a small image, there's a lot going on, and there's just, we don't need to get into the weeds. All right, and like that, that looks good. And then I'm going to take my light smoky slate and I'm going to do the nose and the tires in the smoky slate. So that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to, so we need to die cut this one. And I realized I forgot to cut my propeller. So I need to cut a propeller out of my smoky slate. So I have that. And let's see here, I've got some washi tape from long ago. That one's taped, I'll just put this here. Okay, so we've got this and this. I did do some clouds. I don't know if I'm gonna use them or not. So we'll see. I'm not sure. This is kind of on a wing and a prayer. Get it? Alrighty, so let's bring in the cut and emboss machine. And I'm going to go ahead and do these too while we're here, because I've got enough of the paper ready to go for 3 airplane cards. So why not just do it? So I'm just going to put this on the side, and I've got this one here. Right there. Just make sure I'm in the camera. Actually, I'll turn it around so the part I already die cut is already through. And I've got my Cajun Craze. It's going to go right there. And my propeller. You can really get a lot on here at one time. And make the most of your cranks, you know? Don't waste a crank. All right, so I've got my top plate. And what I like to do, oh, my sandwich, I forgot to tell you my sandwich. There's base plate number 1, the thin die adapter number 2. You only use this when you're die cutting, the number 2 plate. And then 2 number 3s. You've got one here, which is on the bottom, and then I keep a nice one for my top, and I mark it top only. And just flip both of them over when you need to. And then to get it started, I usually give it a little push until you see the handle move. See that? Now it's engaged, so I can just go ahead and start my cranking. Trying not to make too much noise too. Okay, so go ahead and take that and move that onto the floor. The floor is the extension of my table. Sometimes it's dangerous. All right, so I've got that. I've got my propeller, which stayed on the platform, which is fine. Okay, let's put my dies over here so I don't lose them. And this airplane. Oh, look at how good that looks. All right, so we've got that and that, and let me get this stuff out of the way. This one, okay, and that goes in the rubbish. This one can come out. I'm just going to use my take your pick tool to help it along, coming out. There. It's pretty easy. There's just one little piece here you pop out, and that one's done. That is the airplane that sold me on this set. I just love these old biplanes. So I poke out everything that I can see, and then these little holes here are kind of like the release holes that you can get it started. And then get your fingernail under there and gently pull it out. And there's those little ones there. You can kind of sometimes toss your die onto the table and they pop out, or just run your pokey through. And that's it. So that one's all cleaned off and ready to use again. And let's get rid of a couple of these pieces here that need to get knocked out. Alrighty, and let me just get rid of the mess. My day has been so mixed up. Yesterday I thought it was Thursday and I submitted my time card at work a day early. And then all day today I thought it was Friday. So I was really messed up this week. But alas, I have to work again tomorrow because it really is Friday tomorrow. All right, so I've got my pieces here. Let's go ahead and attach these. And the reason I don't use adhesive sheets on this is because this entire part here is not attached to anything. You really just need it on this part, and just a smidge here and just a smidge there. And I saw one more piece that needs to come out there. So I'm going to use my little bottle and just do a little bit. That's all it needs. There. And then the glue lets you kind of slide it into place so you have it attached. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and move that right there, and I'm going to put a block on it while it's setting up. Sorry if I just noticed my phone was crooked. Sorry. There. I was wondering why I'm looking at the computer. Why is it so crooked? And I look up and my phone was all dangly. Okay, so that's this one. This one just needs this one's going to get glued down. And the propeller is just going to need a drop of glue as well. So we'll go ahead and put that on. There. Now we'll put that back on. All right, and I'll save this propeller for another airplane. All right, so let's bring our card back in and decide what we want to do. So I love using up these strips of white. When you cut your inside piece, you always end up with a bunch of these little skinny ones. So they're perfect for, I don't know if you've noticed, but we have a lot of skinny sayings. So I was thinking I would say, to my friend on the outside, flying by to say hi on the inside, and then you're the best, plain and simple. So These two can go on well, we can do one on a tag if we want. So let's see here. I do like that on the front. Let's see what our airplane looks like, because there's a lot of blue going on and the background is busy. So maybe we do need that. That won't work with the copper clay. All right, get out of here. And this one, let's see here. Nope, I'm gonna use this one on the inside because I can cut it down a little bit right there, or cut the tag part off. I do want the tag because I want to show you something else. All right, so let's bring in our clouds for the front and see if we like that setup. Oh, and the other thing I did was I took some of the pattern paper and used as my circle, my 2 1/4 circle, and then the Night of Navy is the 2 3/8 circle. So if we do that, we have this. That looks pretty nice with To My Friend. What do you think of that? Do you like that, or should I try to bring in the clouds? The only thing with the clouds is it's a lot. It's a lot of blue, it's a lot of white. I don't know. I think we need to do something like this. All right, so we'll go ahead and make that executive decision and go ahead and glue my circle together. I got the 2 3/8 inch circle today in my shipment, and I had to use that bad boy right away. So, all right, so that's, if we glue that part down, then we can, oh, did you see what I did? I put the glue on the wrong part of my airplane. I didn't glue this part down at all. Let's see if I can do that. Nope, I did glue it right there. Let me just do a little bit. I noticed I put it at the top, so that's why I thought I hadn't glued the bottom down, but all right. So if we glue this together and we put that there and we pop up our airplane and pop up our tag, I think that's going to look great. So let's get some Stampin' Dimensionals. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like the circle idea too. All right, and we'll use up these last little bits here. And I think that one's gone. And I just want to get one more little one for the top of my Cajun Craze piece. So I think I'm going to cut it in half this way. And then I'll cut it like that. What did we ever do before dimensionals? I remember way back, this is funny, if you've been around a while like I have, we had the old wooden stamps and you had to cut the rubber apart to put them on the blocks. They didn't come like they didn't just pop out. You had to actually trim them around. But you'd end up with all this extra rubber piece, because like say this whole piece was the rubber and here's the shapes, and you'd have to trim them down. And we would use the leftover rubber pieces, peel off the rubber, and use just this foam piece as our makeshift dots. Is that desperation or what? But that's what we did back then. All right, so let's go ahead and tape this down. And we'll go ahead and put this on too. And in my other samples, I had ribbon going across the top, which I don't want to do that right now, but I've got a different idea. So we'll go ahead and put that like that. Oh, that looks nice. And then here's I'm going to put my tag right here. and I'm going to stamp in Night of Navy. Maybe I should say flying by to say hi on the outside, or to my friend. I gotta stamp both of them, so let's look at both of them and see how we do. This set of stamps was really wonky. See how it's real close here and I got all that edge there? So I had to do some trimming on some of mine. Like this one here, You're the Best Plain and Simple. It was like way down here and way off to the right, and I ended up cutting off all this extra block or rubber because I didn't want to pick up the halo every time. So sometimes that happens. I'm not afraid to do stamp surgery, but if you ever get a set that's really off on their cutting, let me know if you purchased it from me, or call Stampin' Up, because they will replace it. I thought about it a little too late because I had already cut into mine. Okay, so let's do the flying by to say hi. Let's take another little scrap. And we'll stamp that. Oh, I got that almost the first time. Let's see, it's just a little bit crooked. I think that looks, one more. Nope, I'm going too high. All right, let's try one more time. There, so it gives me just a little bit of the white at the top where the other ones were right on the line. And I just wanted a little bit of white. Okay, so that's good. We've got two of our sayings, and then we need our inside piece, which is just gonna be 4 by 5 1/4 for our inside, and I want to do the You're the Best Plain and Simple. Let's see here. There. And there's another plain, a little plain in here that I thought maybe we could, or you know what, I think I saw something else here. All right, we're going to use this this riveting. It's a riveting stamp. Okay, so I got my smoky slate. I might have to stamp this off. Let me test it on my scratch paper. Let's see here. See how dark that is. Oh, that's not dark at all. So that'll be fine. And I'm gonna do kind of like that. And turn it and do it again at the top. Oh, that looks so good. It kind of looks like a wing, and I didn't even do that on purpose. So that's fun. All right, so now let me just get the ink off my stamps, because Night of Navy has a way of finding itself all over your cards. All right, so we'll close that up, and we'll close this one up, and let's get our pieces together. I don't need these strips, so I'll toss them back into my drawer. And so I think what I want to do is I kind of like just cutting it on the slant, because then it's awfully hard to tell if it's straight or not. And I'm going to just trim that one down a smidge. Well, now, let me get a little bit bigger scissors. Don't laugh at me, because I really cut that crooked. All right. Sometimes with the bigger scissors, it's a little easier because you can keep one cut. Alrighty, so I'm going to do that right there. That looks pretty good. I might even just keep it right on the, well, I think I'll keep it off a little bit, just like that. But I want to pop that up. So let's do another little surgery here on my dimensional. And I just cut a little strip from the outside piece off. Yeah, Night of Navy, I love it too, especially at Christmas time. I love using it on my Christmas cards. There. So the outside's done, even if it is a little bit crooked. I think it's my tag, not the placement of it. Okay, so now we've got this, and I want to use one of the rivets that is part of the collection here, because this is fun. They're called industrial trinkets, and these things here are so hard to get open sometimes. You want to unscrew them, but they don't unscrew. Okay, so they can go on this side or on this side, but it kind of looks cool on the tag. I think I'm going to do it on this side so I can use a glue dot and hold it down. Let me just trim this corner off. Okay, so I've got a tag here. Now you could do ribbon through it or instead of one of these trinkets, but I think it looks good with the trinket. But what I'm gonna have to do is trim a little bit here. So let's get my airplane that I die cut. Oh, that looks cute. And if that's coming down like that, then we have room to stamp right on. Oh, I did already stamp my thing flying by to say hi. I better use that just to make sure I don't mess up. So let's do that. And I think I'm gonna just banner this one to do something a little different. So you cut in from the edge and then come up from the corner to make your own little banner. Like that. And I'll do the other side too. So you come in and like that. So the thing that takes the longest on this card, I just want to go a little bit closer, it's a little too far away, is just deciding, did I want clouds or the tag? It's not really the stamping part. All right, so that looks pretty good. So we'll do that and put our plane like that and then put our doodad on. Oh, it's coming together. All right, since this is gonna be on the inside, I don't wanna pop anything up, but I do need to trim this down. So let me get my paper trimmer, and I'm just gonna whack off about 1/2 inch. There. And that, it feels like I might have not gotten all the tag. So let me just take a hair off and hopefully there. See, I have a little bit of the green showing, so I don't really want that. I know it's a little thing, but sometimes when you do those, just those little slivers, you end up with all these little frays. Okay, so that tag now is going to work perfectly, and we'll put that on with the glue dot. And I think I'm going to put some of those industrial trinkets on the outside too, to just tie them in, you know, because I can. Oops, I had my glue dot box upside down, so let's see here. I've got some glue dots here, so we'll put, just going to press that on there, and I'll get another one and press that on there. And I think I'm going to do 2 on the outside. There. All right. That looks good. And then let's put, I'll do that other one last. Let me put some tape down. I should have taped that edge before I put the dot, but it worked. See, what you want to do is make sure that nothing's going to peek out when the flap is shut. So that works out pretty good. Okay, and we've got our flying by to say hi. I think I was going to put that more straight, or my plane is straight. Okay, so, do I want it like that? Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. There. So it's not quite at that much of an angle, just at a little angle. And then I have this coming in. And like that. And then this is coming this way. Hi, Becky. Yes, that's right. I can because it's my card. Oh, you guys crack me up. All right. So that looks pretty good. Whoops. Wait a minute. That went crooked. I kind of wish I had put this down a little lower. Let's see if I can still move it. Oh, sometimes see if you do the twist, you can get things unglued. There. I just want to make sure that, yep. All right. So I got all my glue, and I've got my outside, and I'm going to put a couple of those trinkets right here because postage is going up. So you know what? Let's just keep making them heavier. All right, let's put one, well, I guess down here. I should have put that one somewhere on this side because I already had one on that side, but that's all right. Okay, so flying by to say hi to my friend, flying by to say hi. You're the best, plain and simple. Oh, what a good card. All right, so and there. All right. So there's my card. Isn't that a great way to use up your DSP? Because don't hoard it. You got to use it. And all my extra pieces can go over here, the lid to my trinkets. And you know, I have been looking for these trinkets for a couple weeks, and I just found them. So they were right where I put them, but when I looked before, they must have been covered up because I didn't see them. So let me bring back in my samples too to show you how many cards. This is just so easy. And what a variety of cards. So the last thing I'll show you, because I don't know about you, but I have time. Hubby's golfing. So I just wanted to show you, I'm into the pattern paper right now. I'm into using up my DSP, and that's the way it's going to be. So I got this lily pond paper, and I thought I got the stamp set, but I didn't. So I was stuck with the paper and no ducks. So I just fussy cut them. You can kind of tell they're fussy cut, and I used my scan and cut on the bigger ones. I think I fixed some of the smaller ones because it was a little bit too much white. But look at how cute. I just did that with designer paper. I haven't even put any sentiments on. This is a whole piece of the designer paper. Just cut a little bit at the top, and then a little piece over here with another duck. This piece here had frogs and no ducks, and I just thought that would be so fun to give to somebody for a birthday with like a crown on it. And then you got the platypus. I think that's what that is on the inside. This one here has the big dotty embossing folder as the background, and then some grass and two ducks talking to each other. So cute. And then this one's a mama swimming with her babies. See, one whole piece, no layers. Oh, here they are running along my ledge here. That's just trim. And another, I think these, I don't know what they are, but they're a special kind of goldfish, I think. And this one here is a panel card. And I'm going to just put my saying here, but it's one piece, and then I cut them the same, and then left the same amount of space between them. So they're really, I just pulled them apart. I separated them after I cut them. And there was the fourth piece from my piece across. So fun way to use up. And look, another piece. This is just a little tiny strip to break it up. And I put it on a little crooked, but that's okay. And look, oh, you know what? I just remembered when I looked at the inside. This is an easel card, so I put it like that, and then I have it sitting like that. I almost forgot. So there's my little easel card. I may just give this. I might make another one, or just give it to my dad. His birthday is in July, and they live on a lake, and they just had like 16 to 20 ducks and geese make a mess in their backyard. And I cleaned it up more than once. So we fenced it off so they can't come up. But I thought maybe it'll be kind of fun to give them a duck card. Or maybe not. He might not think it's that funny. So that's it. Don't forget the 10% off of all bundles. In the annual catalog, they're the die bundles, not the punch bundles. So they have to have, let's see where my airplane was at. The first one. Oh, there it is. Take to the Sky. So it's the part that has bundle. So this is the collection. This would give you the designer series paper, the stamps, the bundle, and the trinkets. But you get an extra 10%. So whenever there's a bundle, it's always 10% off of both. So 10% off of this price and 10% off of that price. So they're bundled together to give you the 10%. But until June 30th, it's an additional 10%. So it'd be another $5.30 off of that price. Some of the bundles are right around $40. And I think that's a good price. So let me show you an example. The Charming Duck Ponds. This is the set I thought I got. It's so cute. I love this opening because you can put the pattern paper right in it. So the Charming Duck Pond is, the bundled price is $46.75. So with the extra sale, you're going to get 10% more off of that. So you're going to get another $4.68 off of that price. So it brings it down to 41 something. And the last one that I've used recently is the Country Birdhouse. And that again is $46.75. So with the extra 10% sale off the bundled price, it's almost just $41 and some change. So pretty good deals right now. So this here, if you've overlooked this, this is great. So this one is the stamp set and the dies. So this bundle here, not the punch bundle, but this one would qualify for the extra 10% off. So it's $39.50 normally, and then you'd get another just under $4 off. But it's got great little sayings that this would be good if somebody was just getting started. But I did not get the stamp set, but I got the dies because it cuts 3 dies at once. And I thought they were like Well, I don't know why I thought they were together. They're not, which is unfortunate because I already lost one of my three. So I ordered another set of three because when I'm prepping for a class, now I can cut 5 at once. And if I find my missing one, I can cut 6 at once, which is great to, you know, prep for classes. So that's about that. The Spotlight on Nature, which was out of stock for a long time, is back in stock. And the other one, oh, this one here, look at, I've made some fun cards with this. This bundle is $41.25 plus another 10% off of that. So you get them for about $37. So you get the set, the bundle. So really good prices. Oh, they're kois. Okay. Well, thank you, Becky. I didn't know that what she's talking about are these, the fish here that I said were goldfish. They're kois. And they must come in different colors. So I thought they were a platypus, which I think is kind of like got webbed feet, so it wouldn't be a platypus. But anyways, all right, I'm rambling. I will let you all go. Thanks for stopping by. Please like and share my video. It really helps me grow my channel. And just feel free to join me every Thursday at 6. I wasn't here last week. It was my mom's birthday, and we went out to eat. So she turned 84 last Thursday, so I just wanted to spend time with my folks, make her special day even more special. So thanks a lot. We'll see you all soon. Bye now. That's my bye to you.